Hey everyone, welcome back with another video. This is the second time I've tried to record this. Basically, this is another thing about writing. It's when you're writing and you're trying to write love triangles, because this is something I see a lot of people kind of screw up with, and I'd like to deliver my insight. Alright. Once again, I'm reading off an article here, then I'll give my 2 cents on the whole situation. So, love triangles seem to be all the rage these days in young adult literature. Why? Because it gives the reader a chance to pick a side. Besides, what girl doesn't want two amazing guys fighting over her? And yeah, that actually is kind of true. True confession, I've lived the whole love triangle thing, and I have as well. You know, my family had just as much fun with picking a side as twihards have picking either Team Edward or Team Jacob. And it's called twihards, thank you. And while I know everyone's experience is different, I've so many I've so often read stories with love triangles that don't quite pull it off. So I found the perfect example of a love triangle, the movie Casablanca, and compiled 5 important tips I think every writer should know when they are bringing the love triangle into their plot. Screen time. Both boys need equal screen time, just like any competition. You have to weigh both contestants fairly in order to pick a winner. Remember that your protagonist and your reader is also doing this. If you don't, the consequences look something like the reader won't end up knowing one of the guys and how they root for someone they don't know. And how can they root for someone they don't know? In Casablanca, Ilsa is provided many opportunities to be with both, which by the way, I've never actually watched Casablanca, although I really want to because I've heard it's a really good old movie. In Casablanca, Ilsa provided many opportunities to be with both Rick and Victor. Rick gets a little more screen time because he is the star, but Victor is by no means in Rick's shadow. We not only hear Victor's bravery through Ilsa's stories, but we see it through his actions. Winning moments. You have to give both guys a great personality, and both of the guys have to have a winning moment where the reader has the opportunity to fall in love with them. In Casablanca, both guys are great individuals. Victor is a war hero who is fighting for the good side. Rick, despite being jaded by life, also proves his potential merit through the decisions he makes. Both guys get to be heroes for the audience, even though they are vastly different. Both guys also have multiple winning moments. Victor's first moment comes right when we meet him, and he gets the band to play the La Marseillaise, the French national anthem. You can just see how Ilsa idolizes Victor for his bravery in drowning out the Nazis singing. He really is a hero. Ironically, Rick also shines in this instant. He is the one who nods to give the band approval to play the song, and while Rick seems hardened at this point in the movie, we are given a great flashback to see Rick in a more winning time for him. In these memories, we see the Rick that Ilsa fell in love with, and so the audience can always have Paris too. Make the choice a mystery. This is one area where writers fall short. You may know who your protagonist picks in the end, but that doesn't mean your character does. This is just as much an adventure for the reader as it is for the character. Make sure your narrative doesn't reveal your hand. Exactly. Thank you. That'll make the love triangle incredibly fucking boring, alright? No one knew how Casablanca would end. The actors were given script pages sometimes only a few hours before the scene was shot. And not even the writers had determined who Ilsa would choose until the last moment. That made it so the actors couldn't show their choice beforehand, the director couldn't adjust camera angles to favor one or the other. We as writers have to remember that even though we know who the girl will end up with, the character doesn't. Remember that sometimes the character has already made their choice early in the story, and that is okay. The mystery remains that the girl can always change her mind, no matter how much it is said. That's the only reason Team Jacob had a chance. Chemistry. The protagonist needs to have chemistry with both of the love interests. Period. If one of the love interests isn't making her heart pound faster, then something is wrong. In Casablanca, Ilsa loves both men, though in entirely different ways. And at different points in the movie, her love for one outweighs the other as the events unfold. Then something else comes along and the scales reverse. Choice. Author Terry Ryan does a great example of explaining this important aspect of the love triangle. To me, a love triangle done right isn't about a female character's affections bouncing back and forth between two men. It's about her internal struggle within herself as she figures out who she wants to be and what's important to her. This internal struggle then gets reflected externally as she wars within herself and grows. And that's the heart of any book, a character's growth from the first page to the last. Generally, even as a character grows and changes, she backslides, what sometimes looks like a flip-flop in affection, and sometimes a character will cling to their old ways of being even as they struggle to adopt a new way. Growth isn't easy. Figuring out who you are isn't easy. That's why I think that a book that ends with a character who knows who they are and what they want is a good thing. Carrie hits on a great point that young adult literature is about the protagonist discovering the world around them, and that includes love. The love triangle presents a choice to the protagonist as to who she wants to become, and don't take the easy route and simply kill off one of the guys to make the choice easier. I agree, I fucking hate it when that happens. In Casablanca, Rick tells Ilsa, inside of us we both know you belong with Victor. You're part of his work, the thing that keeps him going. If that plane leaves the ground and you're not with him, you'll regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon and for the rest of your life. So even though it might appear Ilsa doesn't have a choice, she really does. She can either stay with Rick in Casablanca, thus being with the man she truly loves and facing a possible jail sentence with him, or she can go with her husband, running from the Nazis at every turn. Both choices would take her down a different path of life. She chooses to be the hero's wife, helping him carry out his noble cause despite her own heart pulling her in a different direction. A noble choice made by two noble characters. Alright, examination and grading. So now let's look at popular love triangles and see where they score. I'm not going to read the descriptions. I'm just going to read the scorings. Twilight, grade A, 24.5 out of 25. Screen time 5, winning moments 5. Make the choice in mystery 4.5, chemistry 4.5, and choice 5. Hunger Games. The only one I read out of this group I read and actually liked. Grade C+, 19.5 out of 25, screen time 3, winning moments 2, make the choice in mystery 5, chemistry 4, and choice 5.5. Wings, grade B+, 22 out of 25, screen time 3.5, winning moments 4.5, make the choice in mystery 5, chemistry 4.0, and choice 5. And finally, the Forest of Hands and Teeth, grade A, minus 23 out of 25, screen time 4.5, winning moments 5, make the choice mystery 3.0, chemistry 5.5, and choice 5. And that's it for the article. Now, my final thoughts. For me personally, writing love triangles is the most difficult. Well, writing is one of the most difficult, probably in my opinion, the second most difficult thing to write. Writing romance in general isn't difficult for me to write, but the love triangle part of it is actually, for me personally anyway, substantially more difficult. And it's why, and clearly for a lot of people, it's because I see a lot of people screw it up all the time. I just wanted to make this video to maybe help people out who are watching and may have trouble writing love triangles, because it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's genuinely difficult, at least for me personally, to write, and is a love triangle. Alright, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.